Jason started giving his son Jaden medical marijuana because his prescribed medications, and I think there were 22 of them or so, didn't seem to be helping. In fact, they seemed to be hurting him.
This is Jaden. I just gave him Diastat. It's been 1 hour he's been having these weird type of seizures. He's not really grand mal, but he's in like seizure activity. Not understanding what's going on. These are the withdrawals we go through on an everyday basis coming off clobazam. This is not fair. Not fair at all.
All right, this is your little boy. Welcome, Jason. Thank you for being here. This is your little boy, and you look at a little kid like that, and you say, anything you can do to relieve that is okay. So the question would be, where on earth is there any policy that would get in the way of bringing relief to your son?
I have no idea. I've tried everything. I've tried 12 different medications, 21 different combinations. We've tried 2 drugs from Europe that were not FDA approved. That we went to these Dravet meetings that told us there were magic 3 medications that were supposed to work for my son. We're giving him up to 22 pills a day, and he was suffering really bad. Nothing was helping him. At one point, the breaking point was with the magic 3 that they would come on talking about us, telling us about the Dravet Syndrome Foundation was the worst ever for my son. He didn't sleep for 2 months.
The stuff that was supposed to be the best was the worst.
Yes.
And when we say Dravet and Dravet Foundation, for most people, they've never heard of that.
Yes.
This is a very rare form.
Yeah, it's a very rare form of epilepsy. It's a gene mutation. Me and my ex-wife both got tested for the gene. We both don't carry it. He was unluckily born with this gene. It's the SCNA1 gene, and it causes these really horrific seizures. The first day he ever had a seizure was Christmas morning when he was 4 months old. It lasted an hour long, and it was
Did you know what it was? Did you understand it?
I've never seen anyone have a seizure before in my life, and then seeing your 4-month-old son have a seizure Christmas morning was the worst day of my life.
So inevitably, we got to the question of marijuana.
Right, and just so people understand, I mean, seizures can be triggered by so many different things. I mean, we spent some time talking yesterday. I mean, looking at water, being in a car, lack of sleep, too much heat, any one of these things. How many times a day, a week, was Jaden suffering from having seizures?
Jaden had a seizure every single day since he was 4 months old till he was 4.5, till the first day he used medical cannabis. It was CBD.
Let me stop you there so people don't get confused. Medical cannabis, we think marijuana. People smoke marijuana to get high. Yeah. The element in marijuana apparently that gets you high is THC.
Yes.
And we may be simplifying, but THC. What you administer to him does not contain THC.
No.
So that aspect of getting high doesn't exist.
Doesn't happen. It's cannabidiol. It's actually FDA has a patent on it. It's patent number 6630507. It talks about it's an anti-inflammatory, neuroprotectant, and an antioxidant. It has a lot of facts on there. If people need to look it up, it tells you what's going on. So some people say you're crazy giving it to your son. Well, the FDA has it. Has a patent on it saying that it is good for you.
Has there been any negative impact from the CBD and the
None whatsoever, only positive.
Well, describe for Steve, just because I heard this, of how difficult it was for you to even make the decision. I mean, you told me that you had actually purchased the medication, had it for 2 weeks.
I had it for 2 weeks, and I was scared to give it to him because, you know, everyone was you're going to give him marijuana, you're going to give him marijuana. I was like, it looks like he's about to die. I mean, he didn't sleep for 2 months at the time. He was ODing from the medications, 22 pills of antipsychotic drugs at the same time for a 4-year-old, and 25,000 pills in his 5 years of life. He was wearing out. He was crying 24 hours a day in pain. He was twitching 300 to 500 times a day.
25,000 antipsychotic pills in a 6-year-old.
Wow. And of course, the known side effects are trumped by the unknown side effects,
Yes.
the ones you can't predict because they're all in combination. Yeah. All right, but let's get to the crux of this. There was a public reaction. This father's giving his son marijuana, and then as people knew more of the story, the reaction was, oh yeah, okay, maybe it's not right, maybe it's, but you try anything to help your child. We assume it's not like the police are coming to you and say you can't do this. That's not the issue.
Well, actually, there was an issue, and I think
okay.
talk about that. You went on television. You're telling your story, hoping to help other people, and then a reporter got involved. Tell us what happened.
Yes. Well, thank God 1 million times I've been blessed. My son's been doing better from the cannabis, and I get a lot of public support from a lot of people. But with this news reporter from local news went and went and told the police and the CPS to come investigate me recently. That really hurt my feelings because I let the guy in my home. He's seen what I'm doing for my son to save my son's life. My son's been in an ambulance over 40 times. And now he hasn't been in an ambulance since I started medical cannabis.
What happened when the Child Protective Service came?
Actually, I was here in LA for the show. I haven't got back to him yet, but my lawyer is dealing with him right now, and hopefully they'll see everything is legal and my son is doing better. And
So you don't know right
common
now?
sense.
As you sit here this
No,
morning,
I
you
don't
don't
know
know.
right now. I'm
But
waiting to see what happens.
There's another aspect to this, and that has to do with the dispensary,
Yeah.
where you were able to get the CBD
Yes.
marijuana. That dispensary has been what?
Harborside.
Yes.
It's all over the news. They've been trying to shut it down for a while, and a lot of people. The only thing I ever hear is say you're a medical marijuana advocate. No, I'm not a medical marijuana advocate. I'm an advocate for children without a voice. The children that are we're trying to help these kids out. You know, there's yesterday in Romania they were talking about it on the news. There's a lady named Adele. She's the president of Dravet Syndrome Foundation that's out there to fight for our children. Our kids need help. It's not just the kids, it's the parents, it's the families. We're all suffering. Not just the parents, but it hurts the relatives, the friends. We lose everything. We lose our whole lives to this syndrome.
To simplify this, if we can, what do you want to happen here now?
I want help for all the disabled kids and for the parents to have an option to use this. Not just to use this just in California, but across the country, across the world. Why not have an option to save our children's lives? Our kids are dying every day. There's another kid.
Robin, you know, I always tease you about the legal aspects, but what law is there? What system of law is there that would deprive a child of cease from pain and seizures?
Right. Well, I mean, you don't have age requirements on all of these narcotics that these kids are getting. And right now, Jaden is suffering from benzo withdrawal syndrome. I mean, he's literally acting like, when you see him, you know, he's a cracked out kid who's withdrawing from major narcotics. But you don't hear the doctor saying, oh, he's 6, he can't have those. And here you have the ability to actually use marijuana. Why put an age on that when you have medical benefits? And it should be supported.
Is the law just dragging behind the reality, and will it catch up, or are we dealing with something else here?
I think that there's the social issue of people thinking that somehow that this is the gateway to drug abuse, that these old myths. But people have, and I think this is largely a part of the advocacy on behalf of the pharmaceutical companies. And I think that's where the problem is. And those lobbies and that money behind it is what
So if they could make
makes
money off of CBD, they'd jump in with both feet.
I would think so.
All right. Listen, we're getting away from this. You're a dad. You have a child. You want your child to be better.
Yes, I do.
So we wish you good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.